there's any funny business with YouTube, because last time I went live, it did some crazy shit. So I'm live. Hey, so I'm gonna let people come in before I start this live, because I'm only gonna do this once and then I'm out. So I will say today was a tough day of work. The kids were out of control. It was like I'm now working in middle school. Kids was out of control, just acting a fool. Out just acting a fool. So my day was already stressful. So I'm gonna give it this 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna tell you the story of how Bakari went missing today. This is not clickbait. Hey D'Angelo, this is real story. Yeah. So I'm gonna give people time to get in, and then I'm gonna start the story. Cause I'm only gonna say it once. Then I'm probably gonna get off because I'm tired. Hi, Marion. So yeah. Whew. Hey, Aliana. Hello. How are you? Um, take this ring off. Hate putting on skincare with rings on. Okay. Hey, Judith. Hey, Judith. So when we hit 3 minutes is when I start telling the story. Hey, Sabrina. Hey. Now, some people gonna look at this like this is clickbait, but this is not clickbait. This is for real. My grandson was missing this afternoon. Okay. Let me breathe. Let me get ready. Folks been talked to already. All right. All right. So we're hitting 3 minutes. So I'm gonna start now. Oh, it was extremely scary. Okay, so this is what happened. So I'm gonna give you the background so you understand how this happened. Okay. B and I work at one school. Um, our school starts at 7:45 a.m. Brooklyn goes to school with us. She's in the pre-K at our school because it's full day. So just remember that. Bakari's school is 5 minutes away from our school, but it's a better school. You know, it's like one of the better elementary schools. We were able to get him in, and it's like 5 minutes from the job. I kid you not, it's down the street from the job. However, he starts at 8:45. So because of this, we drop him off not at his daycare, the one that they've been going to all these years, but another location of theirs that goes to this school because where we live is a little further south. So he gets dropped off first. He gets they have a little transport van that drives him there, and then we pick him up because we get off earlier. So we get out at 2:45. He gets off at 3:30. So normally when we get off, we grab Brooke, we go get Blake, who is actually down the street from the house. But then we circle around and get Bakari because it just works out faster if we pick her up first instead of sitting there waiting for him. We go get her, swoop around, get him, and then we take them all home. And for some reason, it works out that we get home quicker. I don't know. I can't explain it, but we do. So we actually go almost to our house because the daycare is like 4 blocks away from us. Swoop back around and pick him up. So this is the normal schedule. So I want to say one of the first days Bakari was in school. Now remember, he only gets a pickup and a drop off in the morning. He does not go back to this daycare, the center, in the evening. It's only in the morning. So one day we get there and he's not there. They said, "Oh, his transportation got him," and we're like, "What?" So we called our original center and like, where's Bakari? Because we don't have that center number for some reason. Now, don't get me wrong, I know the owner. The reason why the kids go there is because I know the owner personally, because she used to be a belly dance student of mine. So this isn't like some just strangers, right? So, and plus they've been there for like 3 years. So anyway, so when this happens the first time, it was a mix up because usually kids get picked up and dropped off. So the driver that picks them up didn't look at the list and understand that Bakari didn't get dropped off. So when all the kids were leaving, apparently one of the older kids on his bus said, "Come on, Bakari," and Bakari said, "Okay," and he got now. But mind you, when he got to the center, they're freaking out because this was the old this was the lady who was one of his first preschool daycare teachers, and so she's freaking out like, why is he here? So it was like a big thing. Everybody was like, "Oh my God," so apologetic, but we knew where he was, right? So we knew that he wound up with he got on transportation with so right. He 5. He see the people he got on the bus with. They say, "Come on." He said, "Okay." He gone, right? Right. So now that was the first time this happens. Hey, Faith. Okay, so this happens when school starts. Okay, now we get to today. So now, you know, every day we pick up Bakari. Just so happens today his teacher was not there and there was a substitute. Okay, so now today I am working um um I'm working this after school. I'm doing after school math class. For an hour after school, right? So I'm there till like 4 o'clock. So now because of that, and plus Blake wasn't at school today because she got a blister on her foot, and so we didn't know what it was. So she stayed home with Brandon. Okay, I'm getting out there. So now I'm working till 4, right? Bakari gets out. The kindergartners start getting out at 3:30. The whole school gets out 3:45. Now you have to sign them out when you take them out, when you pick them up, right? Okay. So normally, we get there around 3:30. And then B goes in and gets him, talks to his teacher, whatever, comes back. So today we were around the school. She gives me Brooke. She says, "I'm going to get Bakari. I'll come back for you all." Okay, cool, because we're 5 minutes away. So I'm waiting. So now this is like maybe 3:45. This all transpires. Remember, I'm leaving there at 4 with the kids. So while I'm sitting there, not quite ready to go, I'm sitting there. She calls me because she left about 3:40 or so. She calls me. She's like, he done got back on the bus again. Now, the reason why this kind of wasn't surprising that we thought he got on this bus was because when a lot of days when we come and get him, he'd be mad because he want to get on the bus. Yes, that was Juicy. Now if you hear a cat meow, that's that big mouth back there. So a lot of times he will be like, "I wanted to get on the bus." We decided he wants this little independence. I guess he likes, being a big boy and getting on the bus with everybody. We haven't quite figured it out, but not every day. But some days he just be like, "I want to get on the bus." I think there's a little girl on the bus he think is cute. That's my own personal thing. Because it's not every day. It's certain days. So I'm like, is it some big girl on this bus? He like, okay, but that's a sidebar. So now we're here. So we're like, okay, well, I guess you need to call over to the center to find out is he made it there yet? And we'll just pick him up. Okay. All right. So now by the time I get my students out, I'm getting in the car. B is on the phone with the center. She's talking to our old daycare center director, because they called the driver, and he's like, Bakari's not on this bus. He don't get transportation back. What? Because when Bianca got there, they told her, oh, he got on his bus. So first we like, this little Negro done snuck off on his bus because she wasn't there at that moment. So hey, life on a budget. So now she's on the phone, and they're saying, no, he wasn't on our bus. What? So now she's like, I'm going, and they're like, and they're literally trying to call the school too to find out what's going on, because of course this is Bakari. They know Bakari. So now we're like a few minutes away. So B's rushing back to the school. She drops me. So she jumps out the car, parks the car, jumps out the car. Me and Brooklyn are in the car. So I'm going to tell you, just thinking about it is upsetting me. So at this moment, I don't know where my grandson is. And all I can think of is that we don't know what bus he's on. Because understand, this isn't like a place that has certain, there's transportation that comes from other daycares. There's all these different buses. Because this is a school, it's not a neighborhood school. It takes kids from all around the area. So there's a lot of buses that come and different types of transportation. And all I can think of is, I don't know where my grandson is. We don't know where he is. We don't know where this little 5-year-old is. And I'm just trying to figure out, how are we going to find him? What they need to call every bus that comes to the school and check. And did somebody let him get off the bus? What the fuck? So at this point, I'm in the car starting to cry, because I'm worried that my grandson is missing. So I call. So I say, who can I call? What can I do? So I call. I start calling. I'm calling every goddamn cop I know. Chicago police officer. So I called my best friend, one of my best friends. He's just retired a few days, worked in that district. I'm calling him. So I'm calling him. I'm like, I'm telling them Bakari's missing. We don't know where he's at. They said he got on the bus. He don't get on the bus. He rides with us. I'm crying. And so my friend is like, I'm coming. So he about to come. Then I call an ex of mine who is a retired lieutenant. I'm like, I'm about to have every motherfucking, I'm about to go through all my phone. I'm about to call every active police officer, every retired police officer I know. And I'm gonna need CPD looking for my grandson. I just need the routes. I'm gonna coordinate this shit. I'm finding my grandson today, and I'm crying, and I'm trying to hold it together because Brooke's behind me, but I'm crying because all I can think of is, where's my 5-year-old grandson? He is missing right now. So I'm doing all this. So all this is going on, and then all of a sudden I see B with Bakari. Y'all, somebody grabbed Bakari and took him to this after-school program they have because they thought he was left. But nobody. So now I can breathe because I see my grandson. So now I'm calling my friend back because he about to. No, nobody asked him. They just marched him off to this little room. So she said when they brought him out, Bakari looking like, what's up? Because he don't know, of course, because he's 5. He just going, he at school. He followed directions. Because B said she was in the office like, where is my son? Y'all better find. What is going on? Y'all done put him on a bus when he doesn't get it. How did this happen? So, because like, look, B is like, once we find him, we transferring him. She was about to transfer him from the school and everything. But still, with that being said, there's going to have to be a conversation because y'all just automatically say, oh, they're on a bus. If you don't see a kid, you automatically say they're on a bus. Because B was like, what bus? He doesn't take. The first time it happened, we were like, he doesn't take a bus home. What are you talking about? So right now they've ordered him an air tag because he'll have an air tag on him at all times. Because we can't do this again. Because all I could think was, where's my grandson? Right. Yeah, right. They just assumed. And there's like, so apparently they had his name. We don't even know. I don't know how they knew he was in there because all of a sudden. So what they told B was, well, you got here after 4, which was a lie. So we think because his teacher wasn't there and he was there a little bit past 3:45, they just swept these kids up and said, come on. Because normally there's a little there, the kindergarten is close to the lunchroom. They might have another lunchroom too, but it's right off this lunchroom and there's a door that you go through to get to them. So they leave school on the other side of the building away from the other kids. So I think what happened was whoever, instead of waiting with the kids like they normally do, they just said, let's take them over here. Right. Didn't call the parents, just took them over there. Right. No one's called home. No one's done anything. They just took this child from this side of the building, put him over here. And then oh, terrifying does not say where I was this afternoon. I mean, honestly, it's bad enough what could happen to a child out here, but for you all to just skip happy and say, oh, he's on a bus like that. When there's parents there, obviously this is a kid, this is a child. And if the parents here like, hey, where's my child? I'm picking him up. Clearly he shouldn't be on a bus. Clearly he should not be on a bus. So for y'all to say, oh, he's on a bus, it's very blasé about the whole situation. And I'm gonna tell B that we need to go in there tomorrow and talk to these people in this office and explain to them how this better not ever happen again. And if we are late, or if you all think we're running late, then that's okay. That's fine. He can go to this area. But do you understand what y'all just put us through? I could have had a fucking heart attack. I'm his grandmother. I'm in the car freaking the fuck out. Brandon over here he's home at the house, doesn't know what's going on. We are all terrified over a fucking mishap. Right. Very dismissive. For this to be a school, I'm gonna tell B, you need to talk to the principal. You need to talk to everybody involved, and everybody needs to be apologized, and they need to figure this shit out better. For them to think that was okay to do, and to act like, oh well, you were late. No, I didn't get in there, Marion. I was still in the car with Brooklyn because Brooklyn was with us. So I wasn't in the school. But I'm going in tonight, tomorrow, when we go pick them up. I'm going to tell B to hold on, get him in the car, roll me around. I'll be back. Hell, I might go on my lunch. Right. You take a day off and show up with, because it was just like, oh well, you were late. Apparently they were like, you were late. There was no way she was late, because if you're saying she got there after 4, that's a lie, because she was picking me up. She was outside she was back to me by 4 p.m. Because when I came out with the kid, it was 4:02 when I got left them kids. So what they were acting like this was the first time she got there, when it wasn't. She was already there. She had been there and left, thinking, oh, right, oh, that right, definitely their fault. Because how does a child get on a bus? How's a 5-year-old? Yeah, right. They're responsible for him. And this isn't the first time that we've been in this situation with them. And B said there were kids sitting there. And I want to ask her this. Were there kids sitting where in that area where they normally are? Because then why was Bakari pulled? Why? Y'all wouldn't even know about this if Bakari was still missing. Because right now I would probably be almost on the verge of a stroke. And Beasley still would be open. Every motherfucker in that spot would be there. Because if he hadn't been in that school, if B came back out without him, them motherfuckers would have been trying to arrest my ass. Because ain't nobody leaving this motherfucker till my grandson is found. And of course, I'd have brought my friend, the retired cop from that district. He'd have been there by then. I don't give a fuck. And then I'd have brought the retired lieutenant. I'd have brought that motherfucker we'd have been sitting that they'd have been doing what they needed to do. Every fucking bus that came out of there, they better talk to any transportation. Everybody, they better call every motherfucker. Find out where my grandson is. Who has my child? My grandchild. The fuck you mean? Oh, he just got on the bus. The fuck does that mean? And I think B was so relieved that he was there, she just walked out. And I was so relieved that I saw my grandson. I couldn't even respond to what she said they said. It was like the worst 10 minutes of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the worst 10 minutes I could think of in decades. You know what I'm saying? Since my mama died. Since I almost killed my ex. Yeah, I'm okay. And I'm so glad that Bakari was in the school. Because can you imagine what my 5-year-old grandson, after all this happened, would have. I'm going to assume that whomever the bus driver would have finally noticed I got this kid on my bus that I don't even know. So, and would have returned him to the school. But what if somebody said, come on, Bakari, come on. Hey, JC. Okay, so that is my grandson was missing. Luckily, thank God, there is a happy ending to this story. But what I will say is that it has made us rethink that, and he will have an air tag on him. B's gonna get him one that's gonna look like a little pendant he gonna have to wear every day, but he gonna have that air tag on him. because that's not going to happen again. It better not. It better not. So I'm gonna tell Biz, do you want me to go in? Do you want to go in and talk to them? Depending on who's in a better, who can be more professional with their black asses tomorrow. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Somebody was saying you can get sneakers with the air tags and everything. See, Bakari is such an accessory kind of guy. We can probably get him to wear the air tag. Right. Right, because this is not the first time. This is the second time that he's been missing, and y'all care. Now, the first time, that was also a mix up with the transportation company. Yes, this is the second time. The first time, yeah, I'm not. You gonna have to watch it again. But the first time we took it as a mishap. Bakari did it. He was being five and following. He said this is the way I got to school because it was actually the second day of school. Because the first day he got dropped off and picked up. The second day was when he got dropped off, and then we picked up. We were supposed to pick him up. So I can even give it that day because it was like the second or third day of school Bakari, because Bakari was like, he just followed the people that he went to school with. So and the transportation guy, he was so used to, he didn't even look at the list like that. He turned in his list because apparently, anybody with transportation, they have to turn in the list of the kids they pick up, they drop off and everything. So his name was on the list for drop off only, not pickup. Well, the guy, of course, he's used to it usually being a drop off and a pickup. So when Bakari got on his bus, on the van that he takes, he just, took him back to where he gets on in the morning. So that was bad enough, but it was kind of understandable because the kids that he rode with apparently said, "Come on, Bakari." And it was like it was some older kids that are on the bus with him. And I think it's one about his age and a couple of older ones that get on this transportation that he gets in the morning. So they were like, "Come on," because this is the way that you get dropped off and we go back. So he went along. Do 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 do. Okay, but at least they knew what transportation picked him up. See what I'm saying? Like the first time was what, but at least it was the same people that dropped him off that they were saying he was on. This time, it was just like, oh, he on a bus. And that was said just haphazardly, apparently. Like, oh, he just got on a bus. So nobody really knew at that moment where he was. Let's just be honest. There was nothing that said he went to this space. Like, oh, after this time we take them over here. Like, because they get out at 3:30, maybe after 3:45 they move them to this space over here so parents can get them from there. That would be okay because we've never been that late. But just to say, oh, he's on a bus because he's not in this space. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not cool at all. Because what if I did have a weak heart? Thank God my heart is strong. Thank God my pressure is good right now. Because in that 10 minutes, anything could have happened. And if she came back to that car without my grandson, I don't even know I can't even tell you where I would be right now. Besides the fact I'd still be at that motherfucking school tearing that bitch up. or either in the hospital. Cause I'm, cause I didn't, cause I mean, it really, I mean, like even now, my heart rate is still a little elevated just thinking about it, cause all right, y'all. I didn't even do my skincare. I was sitting there telling y'all about this. Let me just do my skincare before I forget. My skin is clean. Let's do a little skincare. I did those two things. I didn't do nothing else. So that's what happened. So how was your day? What was your scent of the day? I forgot what I wore, but now I know what I wore. So tell me a scent of the day and I'll post it. I'll say what it is and then I'll tell you what I wore today. Wait a minute. Let's just say this to everybody. Congratulations. Congratulations, Faith. Faith just closed on her forever home. Not to say that she thought the house she was in before was her forever home, but this is her forever her last forever home. And I've seen the pictures and it's gorgeous. Faith, I'm gonna need your new address, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm gonna need your new address, ma'am. Whew. Marion, Essence scent of the day was Essence number one Rose by Elisab. I think I wore that one day. I think I wore that one day. I have been wearing all kinds of stuff. Now I'm gonna show y'all something, and I'm gonna have to say this in a whole video if I ever do a fucking video. Tomorrow night, because I wasn't planning on going live tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna schedule it. Will be Tuberose collection night. Get your notebook, get your pad out. I'm not going back over anything tomorrow. You better take notes. So I wore this Moroccan oil body butter the other day. Now I did wear this with something I'm gonna tell you about. But if you like the Moroccan oil, this body butter scent is intense. Because one day I put it on, forgot to put, and I meant to put on the fragrance because I was trying to like use up the little uh decant I bought of it, travel spray I bought of it, and see if I could like it with this on it. I really don't like it. But I can tolerate the body butter. I'm not a huge fan of it either because I like the hair scent, the Moroccan oil hair scent, but for some reason it doesn't translate the same way in the body butter and in the fragrance. It smells very laundry detergent like to me. I'm just being honest, like a really nice smelling laundry detergent. But anyway, to me, it does. But apparently, it must smell good because I had this on one day and I didn't have on anything else. So apparently, the fragrance on this lasts long. Somebody was like, "Oh, you smell so good." I was like, "Oh, do I? Okay." But it's like ambery laundry detergent. So, I was gonna put on my thing. Sweet Surrender, a Middle Eastern dupe of Billie Eilish's first fragrance. Okay, so I wore Donna Karen's Cashmere and Palo Santo because it was chilly today in Chicago. When I left for work, it was in the low 50s. So it was a little chilly. Had a little crispness in the air. I just really love a magnetic cat. Magnetic. Um, so that's what I wore today. Cashmere and Palo Santo. Because it was given that kind of vibe. Um, it was giving that kind of vibe. So I wore it today. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm be honest with you. Like I said earlier when I first started, I had a tough day. Your okay? How did you have G? Your hair smells terrific. Is that even in production anymore, JC? Where? Because we know what you're talking about. Because you see, I was ignoring you. Oh, you found it on eBay. Okay, okay. Because I'm like, huh? This is my Tony Moly slug stick. So it's supposed to like lock in your moisture, whatever you put on. So I just put on my retinol cream and this today instead of my night cream, which I should have. But I'm a little touched today. All right, y'all. So that is it for my story. Got my skincare on now. Now I'm gonna get off because I am going live tomorrow. I'm gonna sit right over there and we're gonna go over all of those tuberoses. And I found a few more since I did this list. Since I pulled everything out, I did miss a few. Miss like three. Miss like three. Yes, every time you join. Every time you join. If y'all don't get nothing from Kai, y'all need to get whoops now. Oh, that's such a cute fragrance. It's such a cute everyday wear to work. Get lots of compliments. It's nice and airy and light with a light powderiness, sweet, kind of sweet floral with a powderiness to it. You need to go and get it. And he has a sale. You need to put your sale in my new group. Post your sale with the website. Listen, oh, before I go to, if you did not notice, go on my community tab and see my Facebook group for Kai, Sugar Mama, and Vincent. If I can convince Vincent to join that group so that they can post. I want us to all to grow that group, share it with people and everything that in fragrances, so we can help promote our favorite perfumers, Vincent, JC, and Monique. That way we can keep up with their things. They can, I would love to okay, we talking about you. So I'm talking about them other folks. I'm talking about anybody else. And you all have carte blanche. I'm actually going to make you a moderator and all of you all as moderators. That way you don't have to wait for approval from me to like post anything. So you can just post without approval. So go ahead. I'll take care of that in a little bit after I get off of here. But yeah, so please join the group if you are a lover of Dream House of Curio, Kai fragrances, and Sugar Mama fragrances, because I really wanted to, to really like help to promote their brands because I love them so much. And they're good people. So if you know people, I will not put it in Facebook groups because I don't want nobody saying that I'm trying to promote my own shit. However, if you tell people in the Facebook group about it, go ahead and feel free. Or if you just know some people or you put it on your page. So please share it out. And if you're listening, look on the community tab so you can join it. Because Monique says she's going to put some giveaways in there in that Facebook group. JC, I don't know if he's going to put a giveaway in, but he might now. And I want them to post their sales, any new releases they have coming up, things like that, so we can stay on top of their stuff. All right, y'all. And see, right. You ain't got to talk to people. You just be on there for me, Sabrina. All right, y'all. Whew, let me go and wind down. Let me wind down because, like I said, those few moments of my grandson missing really did take did that was, it was very, because I'd already had a stressful day, and then to like have that heaped on it. Whew, it was tough. It was tough. All right, y'all. I will talk to you all later. Good night, everyone.